Hello, welcome to chemistry practical volumetric analysis between tetraoxosulphate 6 acid and sodium hydroxide. These two are very common in volumetric analysis, especially in WAEC, NECO, chemistry practicals. Alright, so you can have questions in this form when you are dealing with H2SO4 and sodium hydroxide. I want you to note that in this video, I'm using my assumed average titer value of 20.00 cm cube. So I'm assuming that you already have your own too. So where I'm using 20, you can use whatever you have as your own VA, average titer value, to solve. All right. Now the first question asked us to calculate the concentration of B in gram per dm, in mole per dm cube, which means they are asking for the molar concentration of B. So what you do is to use this formula: mass concentration is equal to molar concentration times molar mass. Because if you look at the question again, you have been given the mass concentration, okay? And molar mass of sodium hydroxide is 40 grams per mole. How did I calculate it? Sodium hydroxide is NaOH. Na is 23, that is sodium. O is oxygen, that is 16. H, hydrogen, is 1. So 23 plus 16 plus 1 will give you 40. So molar concentration now will not be mass concentration over molar mass, which is 4 over 40, to give you 0.100 mole per dm cube. Note that it must be in 3 significant figures, okay? It's part of the rules, all right? So this is your CB. The second question asks for the concentration of the acid in mole per dm cube, that is Ca. You know, in this case now, you can't use mass concentration over molar mass to do that because you are not given mass concentration of the acid. So you have to use CAVA over CBVB is equal to Na over Nb. So your Ca is the one you have to calculate. Your Va is your average titer. My own is 20 cm cube. My Cb is the one we just calculated as 0.100. My Vb is usually 25, right? Volume of base is usually 25 cm cube. So how did I get the Na over Nb? Is from the equation of reaction. From the equation, number of moles of acid to number of moles of base. If you look at the number used to balance the acid, is 1. To balance the base is 2. That is why we have 1 over 2 as our Na over Nb here. I believe you understand the rest of the calculations. Then the one that might be a bit technical is the last one that asks you to calculate the mass of sodium tetraoxosulphate 6, the salt that is formed. So for you to do that, look at the equation of reaction. You know that molar mass of H2SO4 is 98 grams per mole, right? In the equation of reaction, if you calculate the molar mass of Na2SO4, that is the sodium tetraoxosulphate 6, the mass is 142 grams per mole. So it means 98 grams of H2SO4 can produce 142 grams of Na2SO4. But after calculating mass concentration of H2SO4 in this reaction, we got 6.13. Is that also 6.13? So 6.13 will now produce what mass of Na2SO4? If 98 grams can produce 142 grams of Na2SO4, if I now have 6.13 grams of H2SO4, how much of Na2SO4 will it produce? So it's the calculation you are seeing there at the number 5. All right, it's very simple. All right, so if you want to know how to calculate your average titer, your VA, even without doing the practical, you can let me know or watch my videos. You will see it will be there in one of my subsequent videos. Then if you also know how to calculate the molarity of any acid you are asked to use in a chemical practical exam, chemistry practical exam, so I can show you how to do that so that you have average, you have correct, accurate values.